Hi, it's Fuller Farm, and I have some exciting news. I just published my first book on Amazon, and it's free to download until September 20th. I'll go ahead and put the link below. I would love it if you would all download the book, and please leave an honest review on Amazon for me. Would really appreciate it. I'm going to go ahead and read the first chapter for y'all, but head on over to Amazon and download the free copy and start reading. Just a little background on this book. This started out as a campfire story that I told to my kids one night when we were camping out in the backyard, and they asked me to tell them a story. So I decided to surprise them and actually turn it into book form, and this is the result. So I hope you enjoy. Happy reading, and please download a free copy before that offer is over, and please leave a review on Amazon. Chapter 1. Eber Gorge, England, 1107. Sarah stopped, hands on her knees, and gasped for air. The acrid smell of smoke filled the air as she coughed and felt her heart beating in her throat. She turned to see her small sister's tear-soaked face and the image of the licks of flames reflecting in her blue eyes. Sarah pulled her sister close. "It's going to be okay, Rachel," she reassured her. Sarah surveyed the dark outline of trees along with the rugged path they had ascended up the hill. She had just half carried young Rachel up the same path. Her attention then moved to the unusually lit clouds in the night sky, and then rested on the flames now engulfing their town down below. "What are we going to do, Sarah?" Rachel implored as she tugged on her older sister's hand. They both looked down the hill in horror, peering into the woods they just traversed, looking for some sign of movement. Nothing. Just moments earlier, their mother frantically woke them both from their silent slumber. Standing at the back door to their home, their mother drew them both close in her arms' embrace. "Sarah, you run until you can't run anymore. Keep your sister safe no matter what. You can never come back here. We will come find you as soon as we can," their mother admonished her. Hugging both girls once more, their mother tucked a satchel into the inner pocket of Sarah's coat. She wiped a stray tear escaping from her eye, hoping to appear as strong as possible for her girls. Staying behind in the home, she hoped to give the girls a fighting chance at survival. "Protect it, Sarah," her mother knowingly instilled as she patted the pocket containing the satchel before ushering them both out the back door. While heading out, they heard the front door of their new home tear open and the shouts of men and women outside. The roar of flames and fire sounded in all directions. Their mother planned and prepared for this day. Sarah must take them both as far away and keep them as safe as possible. She knew just where to go, and grabbing Rachel's hand, began racing up the hillside behind their home. Sarah, 12, and Rachel, 6, regularly played in the woods behind their small home, picking flowers and using their imagination. Just days earlier, they arrived to Eber Gorge to settle the village with their parents, fleeing a danger seemingly a world away. Sarah and Rachel mostly had each other as playmates, as very few children arrived with them to the village. They often did chores amid the hustle and bustle of the now growing town. That town grew silent as the girls stared down at the engulfing flames. Any sounds of shouting or screaming now subsided in the town, as Sarah turned to continue moving up the hill. "We will stay in the hollow," Sarah confidently answered, "until Mama and Papa come for us." They discovered Wookie Hole, or the Hollow as they called it, during their many adventures exploring the woods. The entrance they used allowed Sarah to snugly fit through the opening while Rachel could enter with no trouble at all. After another 5 minutes of hiking through the woods, they arrived at the entrance to the hollow. Rachel entered first, as a thundering sound seemed to penetrate all the rock and earth around them. Sarah whipped around to catch a glance of the towering figure in sync with Rachel. They both let out a guttural scream. Orange flame poured out and above their heads, catching the surrounding trees on fire. Rachel and Sarah clung to one another just inside the hollow. "You have something of mine," came the deep, rough voice. "Please, leave us alone. We don't have anything," Sarah shouted back as the girls moved as close to the back wall of the hollow as possible. Sarah clutched a hidden object within her jacket, feeling trapped like a fox in a snare with no other exit. They watched the darkness break again as flames hit the stone atop the cave. Sarah could feel the heat immediately surround them in the hollow. She looked nervously to the satchel hidden in her jacket pocket that her mother handed her when sending them out the door. Her mother's plea to protect its contents now repeated in her mind. She must also protect her little sister Rachel. "All right," Sarah shouted as sweat ran down her forehead and freckled face from the now torrid heat within the sweltering cave. Sarah slowly crept forward and squeezed once again through the opening to the hollow. Rachel followed close behind, once again clinging to her older sister. "I will give you what you want, just promise to let us go," Sarah now yelled out. "I will let you go," came an angry reply from the shadowy figure. As Sarah stepped out, the flames still flickered on the burning trees around the hollow, casting light and shadow all over the creature. Sarah's father had told them both stories since they could remember about this beast. No story could ever prepare them to encounter this dreaded creature. Sarah bravely looked over the beast, from its shiny, smooth scales and sharp claws to its extended wings and horn-adorned head. Its yellow, emotionless eyes watched her every step and quiver. As she pulled out the satchel from her pocket, the beast made bare its needle-pointed teeth as it seemed to grimace in delight. Its yellow eyes opened wide with excitement like burning torches. "Let me see it, girl," he anxiously ordered. Sarah knew whatever lay hidden in the satchel contained power beyond her understanding. This beast tracked down and destroyed their village for the sole purpose of retrieving this ancient relic. The town entrusted it to her father to keep protected and hidden. That responsibility now fell to her. She opened the satchel, seeing for the first time the precious cargo the leader of the village charged her father to protect. She first noticed what appeared to be an emerald green eye, a dragon-like eye. The jewel was embedded into an intricately woven metal bracelet surrounding the eye with the appearance of an eyelid. She slowly and delicately pulled the relic out of the satchel and into plain sight. "The amulet of Nazar! Give it to me, girl," he now greedily demanded. The light from the surrounding flames reflected prominently from the jewel eye and surrounding metal bracelet, creating prisms of verdant light that shined on the imposing beast in front of them. "I will. Please just promise to let us go," Sarah pleadingly retorted as she tossed the bracelet just between the front claws of the awaiting dragon. "Now it's time for you to go," the dragon creepily conveyed. The dragon's large nostrils flared as he seemingly sucked in the air around him. Sarah gasped in realization, immediately using her body and outstretched arms to shield Rachel, still at the mouth of the cave. She watched in horror as flame began to flow from the beast's mouth, focused squarely in the girl's direction. Sarah turned and grabbed Rachel in the last moment, trying to shield her younger sister with her own body. The orange flames changed as they reached the girls, surrounding them in not orange, but various shades of green-colored flames.